The Dodgers have arrived at Chase Field in Phoenix. The final week of the regular season, the final push toward winning the NL West. The magic number is still 3 as the Dodgers open up a big 3-game series with the Diamondbacks right here in 60 minutes. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Leadoff LA. I am John Hartung alongside Jerry Hairston Jr. Good to see the Bulldog back with us in studio. The final week of the regular season. The Dodgers have some work to do, Jerry, if they want to win the NL West.
Absolutely. I love the fact that the D-backs are in it as well. They're trying to chase down that last wild card. They're going to play good baseball. Dodgers have to play their A game. You got the big show on the mound. Should be fun.
No worries this year about rust or, oh, we're out of practice from playing big games. They're playing big games right down to the wire, even after they leave Arizona to play Seattle. Those games might mean something. So this is good practice for the postseason.
It's almost like this is a start to the Dodgers postseason run. Here's where things stand in the NL West in the final week. The Padres won in extra innings last night, so that magic number still 3. The Dodgers lead by 2.5 games, but they lead by 3 in the all-important loss column, and they do have the tiebreaker as well. The Dodgers will play 3 in Arizona, followed by 3 in Seattle. The Padres have 2 more at home with the Brewers, and then they host the Diamondbacks for 3 to finish things out. That magic number was 3 for the Dodgers after Saturday night's game. It was still 3 after Sunday's game, still 3 after the Padres won last night. So, Oral, no division lead feels comfortable until it's clinched, but the Dodgers are in control of this division race. They just need to keep pushing and win some games this week.
Yeah, they're in control of their own destiny, and yes, let the Padres do what the Padres want to do. Dave Roberts will tell you, we just got to concentrate on ourselves, and they are playing some great baseball over the last 10 days or so. This is the best they've played all year. It is not the healthiest, again, because we've lost Will Smith, but as far as the length of the lineup, the rotation being healthy and pitching at the level that they are, and then the bullpen still trying to figure it out, but I like the potential down in the bullpen. The arms are electric. This is a great time for the Dodgers just to look at themselves and continue to play good baseball.
I completely agree. The Dodgers have been playing their best baseball collectively. I love the lineup depth with Michael Conforto really starting to swing the bat. We know Mookie Betts had an outstanding month of September. Miggy Rowe has really solidified, really coming off the bench. You can start in second, third. This is a complete lineup and bench. You mentioned the bullpen, Oral. There are some question marks, but we have a week. And also, with our rotation being really at full strength, we can take a couple guys out of the rotation and put him eventually in that bullpen.
Dodgers should have a lot of fans like they usually have in Arizona as well the next 3 days. The wild card round, though, it starts 1 week from today. We're going to talk more about the postseason rotation in a bit. But for this series in Arizona, the Dodgers have lined up Shohei, Blake Snell, and Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Jerry, to pitch these 3 games. Couldn't have asked for a better 3 guys as they try to wrap up the NL West title.
Without question, as a position player, you're extremely confident knowing that each and every one of these guys is going to give you a chance to win. Our job defensively, catch the ball, do not allow the opposition extra outs. On the offensive side, manufacture runs, get these guys a lead, especially Yamamoto. My goodness, we have not scored runs for him, but you can kind of help your cause scoring runs for Ohtani, Snell, and get hot and continue to be hot for Yamamoto. So 3 stud starters going in the desert.
With the Dodgers playing really well, and the reason they're playing really well is the offense has a little room to breathe now. Remember, this is a team that has all the come-from-behind wins along the best in the National League, but you don't want those when you get to the playoffs. You don't want those when you're down to your last 6 games in the regular season. You want to have the ones where you break on top and you finish them off. You just step on their neck. And the beginning of stepping on a team's neck is great starting pitching, and these guys are there.
We'll try to set the tone the next 3 days as we get our first look at Dave Roberts' lineup card to see how he's going to.
Recently, you've talked a lot about just the level of focus of this group, considering the Diamondbacks are playing and fighting for a wild card spot. You guys are looking to win the division. What are you hoping to see just from your guys today, and specifically in this series as it's kind of time to get greedy?
I expect the same level of play, of focus. You know, those guys play us tough. They always have. And like you said, they're playing for a playoff spot. And so, yeah, I expect it to be a good environment and us to play good baseball like we have the last, 10 days.
Do you still expect Brock and Roki to be activated tomorrow?
I expect Roki to be activated tomorrow. Brock, we're still kind of day-to-day right now. I mentioned it, after his last start, just kind of being able for him to see it, for us to see it, to give us a little bit more options in the postseason, and to kind of reach a marker that we haven't reached up at this point, and just feeling like we've got a really, really solid base. And for me, the conversations, and I just don't like the bait and switch. And so I feel, really good with the conversation I had with Shohei about how today could potentially play out.
If you guys went on like a longer run, like how delicate is that balance going to be between, still trying to protect him somewhat, but also trying to like get the most production you can out of him on both sides?
This is me talking to the training staff, talking to Shohei, feeling like we've got a really good base now. And I think that there's a lot of innings that are still out there to be had. So, once we get to the postseason, it's about, winning. So, there's a reckless part of it, which I don't think we'll broach that point. But to think that, us pushing him in a certain capacity or game, I can see something like that. Obviously, the performance over the last 3 or 4 starts, there's been a ramp up of intensity, performance, and I think that was his plan, and he even mentioned it. He's done with sort of that spring training mindset, and he's in playoff mode. This is going to be his last start before the postseason, so he's going to lay it all out there and pitch well, and we need to win this ball game.
A week from today is game 1 of the wild card series beginning. What's the likelihood that he starts a week from today?
We don't know yet. I think that it just kind of gives us some options, but the likelihood of him starting a playoff game in that first series are very high.
So like Dave Roberts said, what we do know is that he is going to be starting a game come the postseason in that first series. But what it looks like exactly, we don't know just yet. But for today, he does have one more test. The hope is for him to be able to get into the 6th inning or get through 6 innings of work. We know in his last outing in which he had 5 no-hit innings, the big question was, could they have pushed him into that 6th inning to keep going? Dave Roberts had said they didn't have a conversation until that point. And so now they've discussed what it would look like, him going a little bit deeper into the game and preparing for what it could look like come October and in the postseason. So, and I was talking to Dave Roberts just on the side a moment ago. I asked, what's more important? Is it the up downs or the pitch count for Shohei Ohtani? And he said he would like to get him to get to that 100 pitch count range so that if it were to come in October, it's something that Shohei is comfortable with, as well as Dave Roberts, guys.
Exciting stuff. Shohei Ohtani in that starting rotation for October. Thank you very much, Kirsten. There was a lot of talk really the last couple weeks or so about the Dodgers using Shohei Ohtani out of the bullpen in the postseason. But now we hear Dave Roberts saying he's going to start one of those wild card games next week and maybe 6 innings if all goes well.
Yeah, I think they are lined up perfectly for the postseason, and I think Shohei will probably start game 1 if I had to guess in the wild card series. I might be completely wrong, but the reason I say that is because coming into a series, there's an off day. There's a travel day. You want him to not have to be the DH the day before he starts. You would like it to be that he can just concentrate on pitching and you can schedule his workouts, schedule his side work, schedule his weight training. So it is all about pitching and hitting in one day, but you come into it rested. So I love the way they're lined up right here. And if he pitches game 1 of a series, that allows him to concentrate on just hitting for about 3 or 4 days before he has to start thinking about pitching again. So I think you get the best of both worlds.
That's an incredible point. And you got to remember, Shohei Ohtani has had 700 plate appearances.
Wow.
700 plate appearances. He's walked over 100 times. At bats, 590. Hitting is so important to him and to our lineup. And I love what Oral mentioned. When you start him game 1, now you get him game 1, and he can really focus the next games on his hitting. So he's such an important piece offensively, and we're talking about the game 1 starter. That's wild to me still. That's how great of a player he is.
As Shohei Ohtani has built up since coming off of having Tommy John surgery, they have made it very clear as kind of what the plan is going to be for him and very diligent with his build-up. Of course, the key at first was getting him through that 5 innings of work, and they had shared that that was even going to work for them come October. But more recently, they've realized they do want to push him a little bit more. At this point, his pitch count high has been at 87, so the hope is that if they can get him at least to 100 pitches, that's something that they would feel comfortable with, that hopefully Shohei for himself, if he can get get there in this game, then it's something he has done in the regular season, that if it comes in October, he'd be okay with it. Also, just kind of getting through 6 innings of work. Therefore, that when October comes, it's a similar situation. He's done it before. They can see how he'll recover from it, and they'll have a better idea for him moving forward. So the hope is that he can go a little bit deeper in this one, but Dave Roberts has been very clear that when it comes to Shohei, the stuff that he has right now, it's so good that he's already been ramping up just for this postseason run, guys.
He's been absolutely electric, and tonight making just his 2nd career start there at Chase Field in Phoenix. Kirsten, thank you very much. It was a week ago tonight. Shohei Ohtani threw 5 no-hit innings against the Phillies, also belted his 50th home run of the season. With him back on the mound tonight in Arizona, we're going to focus on and break down his pitching against the Phillies. Or what did you see from him last Tuesday?
Well, it was electric stuff, and you hear Dave Roberts talk about Shohei timing this up with the playoffs and the postseason, and that he's ramping up. What does ramping up really mean? Well, it's more effort in every single pitch, and once you start getting into a rhythm where you're giving 100% on a pitch instead of just 85 or 90, that's going to help your arm speed. That's going to help everything that you're doing. And what does arm speed do? It's not just velocity. It makes you spin the ball better. It gives you rhythm, and then you get better location. And this guy is a world-class athlete that can execute at the highest level and still keep it together. When you're throwing a ball 102, 99, then changing speeds with your slider and with your curveball, and you can still throw it all in the zone, or at least make it look like a strike, end up a ball, you are really starting to execute at a level, and this guy could really not only carry the team with his bat, he could carry the team with his arm.
Absolutely. You see these pitches here. This is the Philadelphia Phillies, one of the best lineups in all of baseball. You see the depth on the curveball. I mean, it starts really at Bryce Harper's head, and it darts down out of the zone. You have to swing at it as a hitter. So much movement, so much break. That pitch looks like a fastball down the middle, but it darts out of the zone. So,
barring something crazy happening, the Dodgers will be playing at home next Tuesday and Wednesday. Tickets are now on sale. Make sure you're at the stadium to be part of the great home field advantage that will be so important in the postseason. Go to Dodgers.com/tickets. Get yours now. Next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, if necessary. Get your tickets before the NOS is locked up, which we expect to happen at some point in the next few days. Right now, it is time to call your shot, brought to you by your Toyota dealers. Jerry, you were once involved in a pool party in Arizona, so we're going to let you go first tonight.
I don't think there's any video footage of that, John, so I'm completely innocent. I'm going with Tommy Edman. Tommy Edman has a huge night tonight, and also, hopefully, next couple of days we clinch, and those guys can also experience the warmthness of that pool. It's very comfortable in the desert.
When I played, pitchers hit, so I'm going with the pitcher that can hit, Shohei Ohtani, and he's going to hit his 54th home run, tie his franchise record, and then I think sometime in Arizona, he's going to break that record.
Okay. You also won a Silver Slugger, so you know a thing or two about hitting.
Yeah, but I never hit a home run.
So I woke up this morning, and there was all these people talking about the rapture happening today. My first thought was, what is the rapture? My second thought was, the only rapture I know was the #1 hit song by Blondie back in 1981. It was the first time I had ever heard rap in a song. I was a young kid. And the first line, when she gets to the rap portion of the song, Jerry, you know what the first 3 words are?
What is it?
Fab Five Freddy.
Get out of here.
I kid you not. So I'm going with Fab Five Freddie Freeman tonight as my called shot on this rapture day. Got it? All right, so Shohei Ohtani is pulling double duty for maybe the final time. It's going to be the final time this regular season. Coming off 5 no-hit innings against the Phillies last time out. He's thrown 10 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings. His ERA is almost 5 on the road this season. So, Oral, what do you think will be the key tonight for Shohei?
Well, if he's going to throw the 102-mile-an-hour fastball, he can throw it almost anywhere in the strike zone. And then if he has one other breaking pitch working where he can land it and then he can use it as a chase, he doesn't need all 5 or 6 of his pitches. He just needs the foundational fastball and one off-speed pitch, and he will be just dynamite.
I hope they told Shohei Ohtani that he struggled so far on the road. That will be motivation enough. Go out there, command all your pitches, and pitch ahead in the count.
He did hit a pretty big home run in Arizona earlier this year. Hopefully more of that tonight as well. Let's send it out to Chase Field in Arizona. Joe and Jessica, take it away.
All right, John, welcome to Phoenix and welcome to Tuesday Night Baseball on Sportsnet LA, brought to you by Arco. It's the final week of the regular season, and the Dodgers begin this road trip at Chase Field to take on the Diamondbacks with a magic number to clinch a 12th division title in 13 years at 3. Every Dodger win, every Padre loss will drop that, and when it hits 0, pop the champagne. Welcome, Insider. Per week's off to a great start. Joe Davis, Jessica Mendoza, Kirsten Watson joins us in a moment. It's not going to be an easy trip for the Dodgers to finish two teams that are right in the thick of things themselves.
Yeah, it almost feels like the postseason here in the last regular season games because of what everyone's fighting for. I mean, you think about 2.5 game lead. You're watching the scoreboard. You're watching what the Padres are doing, and so are the Diamondbacks. They're trying to get into this thing as well.
In the first game of this series, it'll be Shohei Ohtani for the Dodgers, coming off 5 no-hit innings against the Phillies his last time.
As good as I've seen him all season long, Joe, and the stuff was real. Not only the 5 Ks, of course the no-hits, but 4 different pitches used on those 5 Ks. And how about hitting it up to 102 miles an hour? We saw him use his fastball more than we've seen him use all season long. Everything was working well for Shohei Ohtani, and it's been like that the last 3 starts.
Yeah, he's got a 0.66 ERA, just 1 run allowed over those last 3 games. Let's go down to Kirsten.
Go back to on Friday when the Dodgers clinched their postseason bid. Shortly after, when Dave Roberts was talking to the media, he said that he felt that there was a heightened level of just focus, especially with eyes set on winning the division. As you all mentioned, the magic number for the Dodgers is currently at 3, but they're not the only ones fighting for something in this series. The Diamondbacks are fighting for their own playoff bid to be a part of that wild card. So Dave Roberts shared today that he knows the Diamondbacks, they always face the Dodgers. It's a tough one. That's a young and scrappy team. So for him, the focus is all on the Dodgers. It's about continuing to play very good baseball, which he's been seeing from his group for the last 10 games, guys.
All right, Kirsten, you have the Dodgers 10-4 the last couple weeks. How in the world does Brandon Pfaadt get himself on the same graphic as Shohei Ohtani? He doesn't just start this game, but he's coming off 9 shutout innings, the best start of his career. We've got first pitch of game 1 coming up on Sportsnet LA. So here we go. He comes home to Perdomo, and he's in there with a fastball for strike 1. The Dodgers, of course, have been very thoughtful, intentional, deliberate about the way they've built him up. Didn't make his first appearance until mid-June, with the goal being that he'd be ascending at this point. That's a broken bat. Pop flying to right field. Here comes Hernandez. He gets there for the first out of the game as that bat went flying up into the netting above the dugout. And Dave Roberts asked Shohei, how are you feeling? Shohei said, I'm good, and it's up to you. And Dave said, no. We've put together this plan. We're not going to decide in the moment to change it. 5 innings is what we've decided, and so he ended it right there, even though it was 68 pitches. Marte's out number 2, but following the curve falls out of the sky to get him looking. And so the only man that has more extra base hits than Corbin Carroll this season strikes him out. That's a high drive to deep left field. Back goes McCarthy at the wall. It is gone. Teoscar Hernandez finds the seats, and the Dodgers strike first. Number 25 of the year for Teoscar. 1-0 in the second.
Gets into a good count. 2 strikes. That sinker moving away from the barrel, but there's a nice job getting around this thing. And just enough. You see McCarthy going back. The reach still a few more inches above the glove.
Got him. Blew a fastball by him after falling behind 3-1. Ohtani strikes out Moreno for the first out of the second. Another payoff from Ohtani. Alexander chases a slider for strike 3. 3 in a row for Shohei. And you got to be geared up for triple digits.
Yes.
So there's 99. 26 miles per hour more 2 pitches later. 6 up, 6 down for Shohei Ohtani. Fastball to 100 to strike him out. McCann's all geared up to protect away, and then you get that ball sinking in there at 100. Back-to-back curves to get him. And back-to-back Ks here in the third. 1-2 from Ohtani. Gets him swinging. The fastball makes it 3 Ks in a row. And 6 through 3. Carroll blinks through it. There's a curve that he got him looking with the first time. Here, the opposite of that, straight and firm. 3-2 on Moreno. Marte's at first, representing the tying run. Not as much of a running threat as he once was. A swing and a miss from Moreno. And back-to-back Ks for Ohtani, giving him 8 for the game. Ground ball towards the middle. Betts is there. Feeds it to Edman. 4 scoreless in the books for Shohei Ohtani, who's given up just 1 run in his last 4 games.
The division on them.
Fly ball left center field. Pages converging with Conforto. It's Conforto to make the catch. And Vargas the first out of the 5th.
Talking about the Tigers that had the best AL record coming out of the All-Star break, right? That Tigers team.
Base at the right center for Alek Thomas, his second hit of the day. Tigers have been in sole possession of first since April 23rd. And beyond it being a front of mind topic just because Arizona is the team the Dodgers are playing, that 6th seed, probably who the Dodgers are going to play. So the outcome of this race we're talking about, Mets, Reds, Diamondbacks, is probably going to dictate the opponent for the Dodgers next Tuesday. That's a bouncer back to Ohtani. Throws it to the bag for 1. Edman to first. There's 2. A double play. 5 more scoreless innings from Ohtani, who's got a little look in his eye. Doesn't need a little extra edge tonight. Bouncing ball along first. Ohtani gets there and tags McCarthy out. And apologizes for tagging him. To first, Freeman ricochets it to Edman, and they've got Perdomo caught between a rock and a hard place there. He had to pause to make sure Freeman didn't catch it. 2 on, 2 out in the 6th inning. Another 2-2 pitch from Ohtani. Line drive center field. Pages is there, and 6 scoreless innings from Shohei Ohtani. 19 2/3 his last 4 starts in just 1 run. He goes 6 innings for the first time.